In the early days of Google, the commercial benefit of ranking on first positions in Google was significant. This could really transform your business in an environment that was already taking off rapidly. So, huge demand from business owners led to the creation of a new profession. And so the golden era of SEO has started. The perception was that SEO single-handedly ranked websites on the first page in Google through some sort of dark magic. But how did these many SEOs go about it? Well, a common practice was building thousands of links from silly sources, link farms, press releases, directories, and many more. Other practices included keyword stuffing in meta titles, meta descriptions, and meta keywords, stuffing URL descriptions, and obsessively stuffing keywords in web pages. And it did work for some time, mainly due to three factors. First, disciplines such as machine learning or AI were still in an emerging stage. In spite of being around for quite some time, AI development as a profession went through ups and downs. An initial excitement over its potential faded between 1960 and 1973. In this period, it became clear that the hype was not translating into significant advancements. As a result, AI researchers struggled to get funding between 1974 and 1980. However, AI interest raised again when Japan launched its fifth generation computer system project. The interest continued, and since 1990, funds have been increasingly invested in various AI challenges. Of course, in recent times, the excitement around generative AI advancements led to exponential investment in AI technologies for search and many other uses. In fact, research by Goldman Sachs predicts an investment worldwide of around $200 billion by 2025 in generative AI alone. Moreover, over time, Goldman Sachs predicts investment in Gen AI will grow up to 4% of the United States GDP and 1.5 to 2.5% of GDP in other major AI leaders. So yes, no lack of investment in AI nowadays. Then of course, the same Goldman Sachs also predicts an increase of 7% in GDP over a period of 10 years. That's almost $7 trillion. Not bad, I would say. Second, the capability of computers to store and process data increased exponentially when compared with the low processing power at the time. Third, the amount of data available in digital form was very low compared to the amount available now. In brief, Google's access to data was limited, the processing power of computers was low, and AI as an industry was underdeveloped too. For these reasons, to determine the relevancy of a website, Google had to unwillingly rely on ranking signals that were mainly controlled by SEOs. As expected, SEOs employed various questionable yet creative practices to rank websites that were not necessarily the best answer to the queries of Google's users. Very quickly, entrepreneurs and business owners realized that in order to beat the competition, they did not have to produce the best product or content. All they had to do was to employ the SEO geeks out there. In fact, anyone who was exposed to the early days of SEO remembers the aura of magic surrounding the profession. This was mainly because, as I mentioned already, SEOs had a high level of control over the ranking factors. And so the myth was born that good SEOs could wave a wand and magically rank your website on the first page in Google. One digital marketer I know recalls the story of how he became a superstar overnight within his company after ranking their website on the first page in Google. But all he had to do was change several meta titles, meta descriptions, and headings. So yes, times were really good for the SEO profession, and it was good for many mediocre businesses too. Okay, so did Google like the poor user experience enabled by these silly SEO practices? Of course it didn't, but its first mover advantage meant that it could get away with it. It also meant that it developed a significant competitive advantage by getting unrestricted access to data and time to improve its product. This is mainly because Google did not have to deal with the pressure of losing market share to its competitors. There were none important enough at the time. The next milestone for Google was launching Google Ads. Ads were initially served on the right-hand column of the organic results. Meanwhile, SEO results remained placed in the middle column. The fact that the SEO results were still shown at the top of Google meant that the benefits of ranking were mainly unaffected by the introduction of Google Ads. For example, a 2006 heat map study found that the right-hand side paid ads were receiving a very low amount of traffic at the time. This meant, of course, that Google was missing out on monetizing its platform. Let's stop here, but we will continue the conversation in the next session. Thank you for watching.